Niggas testing my caliber. Run up, I hit you with caliber. Testing my gangster, I challenge ya. I knock you out of your challenger. He running, you wasting your stamina. You capping, I really damage ya. I'm hitting the driver, the passenger. You follow the drip, it's a massacre.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Masa here. I'm back. This is Locked Up in Austin. I just wanted to let y'all know this is part 2 of my episode, ever like that. But I just wanted to let y'all know basically still what's going on or whatever like that and follow up. So it's like I might have explained a little bit in the beginning, but it's like you're not gonna get the full understanding, you know what I'm saying, unless I explain what happened. Like I told y'all in the previous episode or whatever like that, I got a lot written down. Like I showed y'all before, which y'all probably didn't really see. Like I got a lot of shit. Like I got pages on pages on pages. I think I got like 31 or 32 pages or whatever like that written, and that's just like literally everything that I was going through at the time, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, that shit was rough, you know, because when they had first brought me down, it's like, I told you all my charges in the previous episode, that wasn't really the case. When they had first brought me in, like they brought me in for, they were telling me it was gonna be deadly conduct. So that's just a Class A misdemeanor, but it was just like, once I had went to court, I saw that was false, basically, because they were just like, well, shit, we gonna attempted murder, this and that, felony arson, everything. And it was just like, that shit was looking bad for me, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I wanted to just let y'all know what was happening. Like once I had came into county or whatever like that, this is after the police had booked me and everything like that. We get in there, they unhandcuffed me, they let me take a shower, thank God, because like I said, I was homeless. So they took all my clothes, they took my property, they let you get like 2 or 3 numbers out of your phone or whatever like that. So you gotta pick, I guess, some essential numbers. So I picked a couple homeboys and my old job or whatever like that, so I could get in contact with them to let them know what was going on, because this was literally right before I was about to go to work. Like I was about to clock in like within like a couple of hours or whatever like that, so they didn't know what was going on or whatever. And I had seen some of my coworkers, they had pulled up, you know what I'm saying, they see me, I'm on the curb, whatever like that, they about to throw me in the car, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, they was wondering what had happened, what was going on, and the aftermath, because it was like bagged that out there after I had got done with Lil Buddy, you feel what I'm saying? No, but yeah, and if I look off to the side, it's because, you know what I'm saying, I want to keep everything in chronological order, you feel me? That way you could better understand, you feel me? And it was just like, so we get to county, they did all that stuff. It was a black officer, it was a short female, she was taking my information, everything like that. She ended up taking my phone from me prematurely, because she was just like, I had my screen dark, because bright lights, they bother my eyes or whatever like that. So I was like, you know, I need glasses, so I'm up on my screen. She's like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing like you told me to. You said I could get a few numbers, so I'm getting a few numbers out of my phone. So I only ended up really writing down like one number. And that was one of my partners. The place where I worked at, I had that number memorized, but it was just like, still, it's just like, y'all said that I could get, you know what I'm saying, 3 numbers, you feel me? So it's just like, off the muscle, that shit was already fucked up or whatever. They gave me my sandals, which were entirely too big. They were like 2X's or whatever. So it's just like, the sandals were literally like the size of my chest, like of my torso. They were fucking Sideshow Bob fucking shoes. They were fucking huge, bro. And then, the pants and the shirt, it was all off or whatever like that. She was like, you don't want to keep looking through the bin? I was like, man, I'm in jail, man. I'm not trying to be fashionable, you feel what I'm saying? Like who the fuck wants to look good in jail? Like you will see some cats doing that stupid shit though. Like they trying to look good and shit, and that's just dumb. I wouldn't want nobody to walk up to me and be like, oh, you look good. Like bitch, I'm in jail. The fuck is you talking about? You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, they had brought me in. Oh, and then right before that, after she had took my property, she was like, you're gonna have to take those off. And I was like, take what off? You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, y'all got all my clothes, y'all got everything, my do-rag, all that shit, right? And she was like, you're gonna have to take those eyelashes off or whatever like that. I'm guessing she thought I had like fake eyelashes or some shit on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was on some transgender shit. And I'm like, I wanted to be like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But, you know, I can't say that that's what I was thinking, you feel me? So I was like, nah, these are mine. And then she was all like, oh, well, you got these pretty eyes, I'm gonna call you lashes. And I'm like, Nah, you can call me El Paso, or you could call me by my government name if you can't do that, because you ain't finna, what the fuck I look like when we in jail. And you like, hey, Lashes, come here. And then I'll fucking trot my ass downstairs. What the fuck I look like a whole faggot, for real. Nah, you got me fucked up. And no offense to people that are that way, you know what I'm saying? It's no offense to you, but it's just that we in jail and niggas get beat up for shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I felt disrespected, but I mean, I don't know, I guess that was her way of like trying to start some conversation or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm not really trying to talk to you, I'm trying to go to my cell, for real. And they went in, they sat me down in these blue big plastic bench. It was a big ass plastic bench, and they had this fucking wall that went like straight across or whatever like that. Like, I'm tall, so the wall was maybe like eye level, so I could look over. They had the females on one side, and then all the males, they were like on the right side of the room. So, and then they had these two TVs up in front that was just playing the same thing over and over, and it was basically just like an intro of like, well, you fucked up, you're in jail. So I look over on the female side. It was like one black chick. It was a couple of Mexican girls that maybe they were from Honduras. I don't know. And then there was this white girl over there, and like she had like her head down or whatever like that. She was like, I'm talking like she had a shit ton of hair, like a whole shit ton of hair, like Pocahontas hair, like down to like the back of her fucking knees and shit. And so like I kept my head forward or whatever like that, but I like looked over to the side or you know, I was looking at the corner of my eye, but I was talking to her. I was like, shit. I was like, hey, what's up? I was like, what you in here for? And she told me she was in there for disturbing the peace, I think, or whatever like that. For the story, her name is Beverly. So she had told me she was in there for disturbing the peace. She had been drinking or whatever like that and got caught, or, you know, wandering around or waddling around or whatever like that. She told me she was homeless and all that other shit, you know what I'm saying? I could kind of tell by like, you know, she was still a little dirty, whatever like that. Shit, I was dirty too, because I was in the woods. Like, I was like maybe the second or third time of my life a nigga had to low crawl, you feel me? So I ain't done that since the Army, because at first, you know, I ducked out, and then I came back to go get my cigarettes, whatever like that, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna wait on these niggas, and they pulled up and did all the shit that I told you in the last video. But me and her, we chop it up for a second, and I'm thinking in my head, it was just like, you know, she's about to get out disturbing the peace. That's like a week, maybe 2 weeks. You're really just waiting on court because COVID is going on. You're going to be back out there, you know what I'm saying? I was telling her, I was like, hey, you know, I'm going to need a favor, you know what I'm saying, if you were willing to help me, because it's like I knew that I was going to need to get a hold of my phone, and the only way to do that is to release my property to somebody. So she gave me the address to one of her people's spot or whatever like that. So she just kept saying it back to me, saying it back to me, saying it back to me until I remembered it or whatever like that. And the plan was basically I was gonna write her or whatever like that, because she said that she would go back and forth there, but she would just be out there doing her own thing. She didn't really have to be homeless. But in my case, that was not the case. Nigga, I was just out there, nigga. I was out there for like 2.5 years, nigga, struggling. But I was working though, so that was a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Stayed on my grind. But she said she was gonna help me, so I thought that was pretty dope or whatever like that. So I was like, all right, well, I'll write your mom or whatever like that. And then for shit show, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give you my phone, and I'm gonna tell you what numbers I need off of there, and then, you know what I'm saying, just give them to me or whatever. So, because I was trying to get a hold of a few more of my homeboys, because I was wanting to tell them what happened and everything like that, so they wouldn't come looking for me. They was out there too, they had phones that was on too. And I want them to look out for my car and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I had stuff in there that I wanted to, or not everything, but some things I did want to hold on to. And I thought that was pretty cool. They, you know what I'm saying, didn't even know me from jack shit, and she helped me out. Officers, of course, you know, they're walking by. If they caught us talking, then, you know, they tell us to shut up and all this other bullshit. But for the most part, they was like off to the side doing their own thing. It was really like a lot of civilians in that part, because that's where you get fingerprinted and they take your information and all the other shit. So when she get up there and go do her shit, to do her, give her information and everything, she just told them that we was together and everything like that, and blah, blah, blah. And then on the way out, you know what I'm saying, that she was gonna get my cell phone. So they already documented it, put that shit down or whatever like that. Because I wanted to get her number, my ex-wife's number. I wanted to get her number because I was trying to get back in contact with her. And by the way, me and her, we are back together right now, you know what I'm saying? We had she was my fiance at first, and we had broke up or whatever, but, you know, over the years we had kept talking and shit like that. And like I said some things to her that I regretted. So it's just like, when I came in there, like I told you, I was facing a lot of time off the muscle. So I wanted to apologize, whatever like that, because it's like once I got there, that's when they hit me with that bomb. Well, we're going to charge you with this and this, and then things started going up. But anyways, so she did that for me. Boom, they get me up there. I say the same shit or whatever like that. I put down, asked if I could use a pen, and I wrote down that address because I was just saying it over and over in my head. Got that on out the way, and it was like, boom, out the gate, I already had somebody in my corner, which was dope because it was like, it was looking bad because I didn't have no resources. I'm not from here. I didn't know anyone. I was like four-finger fucked, you know what I'm saying? Without, ain't no way to say it other than that. I was about to be down bad, for real, for shit show. So after that, they x-rayed me. They did all that extra dumb shit where they search you to make sure you're not bringing anything into the facility. Then they took me to my cell, and when I got there, you're just downtown, so you're not gonna stay there. I was in cell 115, that's top floor. And when you went out the rec, it was same thing like I said in the other video. It was top tier, bottom tier, but they would let out, not everybody. Here, they only let out like 3 or 4 people because COVID was going on. So it was either phone or shower, that was it. There was nothing to work out with, nothing. It's just an open day room, TV in there, but the TV wasn't on. So it's just like, you couldn't do nothing like that. You was just in your cell going crazy. There was rats. A lot of rats, a lot of roaches and shit. So that shit was crazy. Fucking, I had to stuff my blanket under the door, literally. Like, you laying down and you looking under your door and shit, you know what I'm saying? And you just see like little fucking shadows going back and forth and shit. Like, oh hell, I know them niggas that came in there high, I know they was bugged the fuck out, man, because that would trip you out, thinking motherfuckers walking back and forth and shit around you or whatever. But they gave us some food. It was just like a sandwich, Jimmy Sacks, the whole time we were there. No hot food because you're just downtown. They weren't gonna deal with it. It was just, chips, apple, and all this other stuff. And I didn't know. I thought that that's where I was gonna stay. So I just got into jail mode. I was like, all right, well, time to start stacking up and saving food and shit. And them other niggas, if they didn't want anything, they would, the guards would pass it, even though they weren't supposed to. They would give us that extra food or whatever that the other person didn't want, because they were just gonna throw it away anyways. So it saved them one less thing to do, because they are the ones that were taking out the trash and doing all that other stuff, because there's no inmates over there to do that, because that's that doesn't happen until you actually get to jail. You feel what I'm saying? So that shit was like I said, it was a circus at first, but I made something happen. I made something work, and that ended up helping me later in the long run, getting in contact with the people that I needed to get in contact with. Call my homeboys, that shit was out of there. Them niggas wasn't picking up anybody, because I had no calling cards, so ain't nobody answering that phone. You feel me? They're like, yeah, this nigga here, hell no. I didn't really start getting a hold of people until I got into general population, and that way I could get a hold of somebody with a phone card or whatever like that, and use it, whatever, and just trade for it. Because I had money on my books when I came in. I think I had like $12 on my books, because that's what I had in my pocket. Because that one nigga, he had took a little bit of money from him. Like I said, I gave him stuff initially, but it's like, as soon as he let his guard down, I teed off on him, you know what I'm saying? I maxed him out for real, for shit show, you know what I'm saying? I ain't playing none of that. But yeah, they did all that. And I was just, you talking to niggas in there, you got to yell through the vents. So it's like, as soon as you come in there, a nigga that's already in there, they're already hollering for you. Hey, say, hey, what's going on, 115? Hey, look at her, 115. I'm like, what's up, partner? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm kicking it, chilling, cooling. There's a few cats that I was talking to in there, and I ended up being in a pod with them later, because, right from downtown, they put you on that white bus, whatever. And I'll say this was like a week later, whatever like that. And how crazy shit is, right? So because me and old girl, we had told the guards that we was together and shit, it was like they was about to let her go, because I was there for 2 weeks. She was there for like a week. So they called me on the intercom. You got a little intercom in your cell. It's a little silver box, whatever like that. They called me on the intercom. They popped my door. And so they're like, we're gonna take you out in the hallway or whatever like that real quick. I'm like, all right, so they about to move me, I'm about to, I was like, all right, well, let me pack my shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking we about to go. They're like, nah, you don't need all that. Get in the hallway. They handcuff me up in the front. Normally they handcuff you in the back, but they handcuff me up in the front, and then they take me out to the hallway and shit. And there's like these row of chairs, whatever. They sat me down. Maybe like 4 or 5 minutes go by, and they bring Beverly up, you know what I'm saying? They bring her up. Boom, they set us down next to each other, and they're like, all right, well, you got like 10 minutes. And they walked off. You know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of cameras on us and shit like that or whatever. So when me and her, we just started chopping it up and everything like that. I was telling her thank you and all this other stuff and everything. And me and her got to talking or whatever. And it was just like, at first I was feeling like maybe she had like a good heart. Maybe she was feeling me. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, she took her hands, like, because we were sitting like side by side. So it's just like, if the camera is where, you know, or if my phone is where she was, and it was like, you know, we were sitting like side by side like this or whatever like that. And she took her handcuffs, because her hands were handcuffed up in the front too. She took her hands and she put her hands over me. And we were sitting like that or whatever like that. And she was just like, you know, I wish I could have met you and this and that and this and that, but not in here and all this other extra shit. And I'm thinking in my head, like, I just met you, man. Like, I was like, I'm guessing maybe, but I mean, maybe things were bad for her out there too, because I know things were bad out there for me, because I was single at the time. But it was just like, in my mind, I'm like, how would I even get into contact with you? Like, you don't got no phone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I got the address to write your mom, but that's at your mom's house, and from the looks of things, you don't go over there too much. So it's just like, you know, that shit was out of there, whatever like that. And I just told her, I was like, well, shit, for what it's worth, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I need a friend in my corner. I need somebody to look out for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, now, granted, there was nothing wrong with her. Like, she was very attractive, but it's just like, once your dick gets involved in shit, that's where everything goes left. Everything gets fucked up. I wasn't trying to start talking sweet to her or anything like that or anything, or get some shit started, or she get mad at me and then not do something for me. Now, if you my friend, you my friend. You know what I'm saying? You could be mad at me. We don't talk for a month, but we still friends. So it's just like, swerve that. But I just thought it was pretty cool of how that all came together, because initially I thought she was just fucking me, or maybe nobody ever talked to her, gave her any attention. Who fucking knows? I wasn't really trying to figure it out. I was just trying to keep going. What we had already talked about is like, man, I'm not trying to complicate shit. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around, have a bad day. Next thing you know, my mail fucked up and you breaking my phone or some shit like that. We ain't finna have all that. You already in here for getting drunk and shit. You probably about to go out there and do the same shit for real though. You know, you got me fucked up. But I mean, she was cool though. She's a cool person. I ended up talking to her throughout most of the time that I was there, you know what I'm saying, when she was at her mom's house, whatever like that, and when she wrote me back, or when she was around to be on the phone, which really wasn't a lot. So she's probably still out there. I mean, I wish the best for her. I hope she's doing all right and everything like that, because she helped the nigga out for real. But what else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, there was like there's a bunch of OG Bloods in there, whatever like that. The dude in the cell next to me, that nigga was crazy, man. I call that nigga Chuck, because that nigga was always fucking throwing up all the time. Like, he was dope sick or some shit. Like, well, no, he wasn't dope sick. He was on K2, that's right. For the story, his name Ohio. That's what I'm gonna call him, because that's where he was from. And, you know, he was all right. And he was probably like 2 streets away from me. He was homeless too. You know what I'm saying? He was up the street at the 7-Eleven or whatever like that. And then I was like, I've been over there, so I had seen him, but he was out there dealing. And the dude that he was dealing with, that nigga was locked up in there too. Nigga Big Chopper, you know what I'm saying? I know them cats, whatever like that. I used to work construction with Big Chopper, and then Lil Chop was in there too. His little cousin or something like that. And that nigga, he be out in the streets too, heavy, but he was a youngster. He's like, maybe he had just turned 20, and he would be out there with us every now and again. We be telling his young ass like, why are you out here, bro? You don't have to be out here. You got a mom, you got a family, people care about you. Why the fuck is you out here in the streets with us? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do anything you want, really. You just out here fuck it off, trying to be cool and shit. And it's like, ain't nothing cool about this shit. I mean, you taking a break from the streets. We out here, so we always in the streets. That's why I had to tell niggas, it's like, yeah, you gangster, that's cool, but you ain't out here at 3 in the morning when shit's popping off, or 2 in the morning, you know what I'm saying, when niggas is getting attacked with machetes, knives, niggas out there with guns and shit too. Homeless people got guns too, shit. Don't trip, you know what I'm saying? Don't just think because a nigga out of there, niggas don't got weapons. I mean, shit, like y'all seen in that first video, shit, I set it off too, you feel me, shit. But it is what it is though. Hold up, let me switch pages. Yeah, it was pretty shitty though, man. And it was like, I was going through some shit at that time, you know what I'm saying, with my baby mama, Amber. I'm not changing her name for the story. Her name Amber, she a bitch, fucking cunt, keeping my child from me and everything like that, hiding, don't want to work, typical shit. I'm working 3 jobs and I'm homeless. She's staying with her fucking parents, can't get a job, but she has everything. She got an ID, social, all that shit. I got 3 jobs, and I got no social, no ID, none of that. I'm making all the money, barely seeing my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Like, I seen her like all of 4 times. She's 2 years old right now, and I miss her. Like, that is my heart, that is my rock, and that shit kills me, you know what I'm saying? She like my little twin, you know what I'm saying? I'll put some pictures up so y'all can see. I'll throw them on at the end of the video so you can see what my daughter look like, but, or maybe I'll do like a little cut in the middle so I can show you. But it's just like, you know, I missed her. And that shit was killing me that I was in jail, because it was like what little time that I was getting with her, I definitely wasn't gonna get in jail, because that piece of shit wasn't gonna bring her up there, whatever like that. She just wanted to sit around and not work. And I don't understand women that don't want to work, don't want to make money, and don't bring anything to the table. Like, they expect a man to have to do everything. And it's just like, look, Beyonce got a job, Cardi B got a job, Megan Thee Stallion got a motherfucking job. What the fuck are you doing? The Queen of England got to do shit and has to get shit done. You feel me? I don't know what kind of pussy you think you got, but you got a regular raggedy asshole that holds a little heat every now and again. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't see or can't justify as to why you think that you could just not do shit when you're fucking homeless too. You live with your dad, you're homeless. You have nothing that's yours. The cars that you was driving in, I was paying on them, all that shit. The clothes you was wearing, the clothes my daughter was wearing, the food you was fucking eating, you know what I'm saying? Like, suck my ass, you feel me? That's the type of shit I was on, you feel me? Because it's like, I just can't stand fucking lazy, you know what I'm saying? My great-grandmother, I had the joy of being around her, and my grandmother and my mom, you know, even though me and her don't see eye to eye, like, those are real women, you know what I'm saying? They worked, they understood, you know what I'm saying? These new wave bitches, I don't know what they got going on. They looking at these chicks on TV. You're not them, and they still gotta work. Them chicks you looking at, singing them songs about fuck niggas and all that other shit, but still be chasing niggas, and they can say that because they got millions. You don't got no millions. You don't even got food stamps. So once you walk your little bow-legged ass on till your fucking head gets small, you feel me? You got me fucked up for shit show, for real. But outside of that, it was bullshit. And I'm just looking at it a little bit because, like, I just want to let y'all know what happened. But, oh, yeah, okay, so, yeah, when they took me to court or whatever like that, 1 week later, me and Beverly already set up what we had set up so I could get that information and everything like that. Boom, I go to court, and then it's like, that's when I have found out that, you know, I was going to be facing all those charges and shit like that. It wasn't just deadly conduct. It was a bunch of everything that I told y'all. And that shit was fucking, like, my heart sank, because that means, you know, the rest of my life. I was never going to get out. And, like, that's fucking the most scariest time of my life. More scary than that nigga almost killing me that night. That was the scariest shit that I've ever fucking faced. And then I just... literally, I lost it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you're telling me the rest of my life, and then if I die a few more of those years, because I mean, 60 years, that's a long time. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking 34, so, you know, shit, the fuck? What, 94? Yeah, right. Like, I'm gonna live that long, you know what I'm saying? Nah, got me fucked up. And it was just like, I was fighting, I was doing all kinds of shit, because it's like, sometimes niggas in there, they gonna test you, you know what I'm saying? They gonna see what you gonna do versus as, you know what I'm saying? So, to see if they can take something from you or get something from you or get something out of you, because that's really just how jail is, you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at my sheet real quick, see if I missed anything that I wanted to talk about or whatever like that. But it was nice, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was nice that I had somebody, not nice that I was in jail, but it was nice that I had somebody that was looking out for me. But I know I talked about Reg and everything like that, Bev. Oh yeah, so they put us on the bus and everything. And then boom, they take us to Del Valley, whatever like that. That was like, it was like maybe a 20-minute, 30-minute ride out or whatever like that. But before we get on the bus and shit, that nigga I've been talking to in advance, that OG Blood, they handcuff us up together. They go on my cell. I got all kinds of food and shit in there. Like I said, I ain't know no better. I was racked up in there. And they were like, well, you gonna have to throw all this shit out, but you can't take it with you. So I pitched a bitch, you feel me? So I was like, fuck, had to throw my shit out, whatever. Boom, they handcuffed me to old boy, whatever like that. And then me and him, we got to, now we're face to face. So now me and him, we was talking and chopping it up and shit. They take us into another waiting room, and there's this dude in there. It was a big country boy, whatever like that. He's in the pod, the first pod that I went into, but he was like he had horses, whatever. He was a rancher, farmer, something. But he had horses when he got arrested, and this is summertime now, so they were in a trailer just there. So they're gonna die. They no food, no water, no nothing. They were locked up, and he was trying to get somebody to go out there and check on them. And it was just like the officer was such a fucking douche nozzle. That nigga was just like basically like fuck it, fuck you and your horses. And dude was being like nice about it. He wasn't like yelling or hollering or nothing. So I just thought that shit was so fucking crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even for the animals, you know, fuck what that dude had going on, but just for the animals, like, you know, send animal control or someone over there to let them out so they can get something, you know what I'm saying? Because he said he had that stuff there, and he didn't have no one, you know, to attend to them, which is crazy. But what was that nigga's name? Hood Rich. All right, so it's a Spanish cat named Hood Rich, right? So he in there, and he's sitting in front of us. That's his little buddy or whatever like that. I guess he put him on to be in the blood or whatever like that. So them niggas is talking and shit like that. I lay down, I go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? We handcuffed, we wait on the bus. And I felt my arm jerking and stuff because we handcuffed up. I look over, this crazy nigga, this nigga, he's digging in his fucking, the OG blood nigga, he's digging his fingernails in his arm, right? And till he drew blood. And then he wrote down some numbers and shit for his little partner to call, because obviously we don't got pens and not gonna give you that. And I was just like, man, that's some real nigga shit, bro. That's some real nigga shit, like literally your blood. So a nigga can get a phone call with her like that. He like gave him his sister's number or some shit like that so they could help him put money on his books and shit like that. And he's the one that ended up nicknaming me when we got to our pod or whatever like that. Because once we got there to Del Valley, we was in A pod Alpha. That's basically the quarantine. So because COVID was going on, so I was in 35. So either I was 3-5, and he started calling me Tijuana because I'm from El Paso. Because you know what I'm saying, he called me talking to some essays or whatever like that on the bus, whatever. You know, niggas is bored. You gonna chop it up. You want to know who's around you and shit like that. Really, I was just keeping to myself. But niggas is gonna approach you and they gonna want to figure out if you got some fucked up charges or you got a jacket on you that you're not supposed to be wearing. You feel what I'm saying? So long story short, it was just like, you know, he cut for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he was getting commissary and shit. I ain't know nothing about nothing, so I didn't even know I had money on my books already because of the money that I had put up. I thought they was just going to get that to me on the way out because I don't get locked up like that. But, you know, saying he was looking out for me, and then I was hustling up. You know, they would still let us out 4 or 5 at a time. You trade or anything like that. And niggas that's in their cell and shit, you know what I'm saying? They want something from the machine, they gotta holler at you, so I'm about to tax you, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, there's this, I call him OG Smiley. It was a Hispanic cat on the bottom, because I mostly fucked with the Mexicans and shit while I was in there. He would give me his pen, and he would let me get whatever I wanted, but then I would have to give him what he wanted, of course, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get a bag of coffees, I flip that, you know what I'm saying? I'll sell shots, shit like that. He didn't give a fuck. He's like, my money long, I don't care, you can get whatever you want. He's like, you just want 1 bag of coffee? I get you another one, man. I was like, man, that's gonna run your spend up, because you can only buy so much. I think it's like $10 or $12 a day. He's like, nah, it'll come back tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get out till like 3 or something in the morning or whatever like that, and then I'll come out again and I'll get something in, you know what I'm saying? He was really looking out because he knew I was out of there, but I didn't ask. I would always hustle, you feel me? So it was pretty much, it was overstood, you feel what I'm saying though? But it was just like being around cats like that, it really brings you up. I mean, and this video's been running on for a little bit. I'm gonna make part 3 this coming up Friday, whatever like that, to go more in depth as to what was going on as I start being there long, whatever like that. It was just, what I'm talking about now is basically just the first literally 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Just me being locked up or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy this. I hope that it can shed light on things and show a different side to things when I do start breaking down more and more stuff that you see that goes on that you probably won't hear about or whatever like that. And I'm reading it right off of how I wrote it, because some things I was just like, I gotta remember this, you know what I'm saying? But please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as you already know, it's that Salmo say at your neck, you feel what I'm saying?